What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Nausea, entitled Condemned to the System. This is released on Willowtip Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Los Angeles, California, and this is one of those bands that really has made an everlasting impact on the California grindcore and death metal scenes. I mean, this band was around when bands such as Napalm Death, Terrorizer, and the like were just getting around and getting started. I mean, they came out with an album back in 1991 entitled Crime Against Humanity, and ever since then had released a slew of great demos and releases. I believe in 1994 is when they decided to call it a day, but then in 2001 they reformed and have been continually active ever since then. But now, almost 23 years later, Nausea are back in the scene with a brand new album, a little bit of a revamped lineup change, and now here we are with Condemned to the System. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 29 minutes in length. And with this album, it has the mentality of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, if you are familiar with the vocalist of this band's prior band, Terrorizer, if you're a fan of Terrorizer, if you're a fan of, let's say, maybe middle-era Napalm Death, I mean, Mentally Murdered, Utopia Banished, Fear, Emptiness, Despair, that style of grindcore with just a touch of death metal thrown in there, you would have what Nausea are definitely well known for, and they definitely bring back old school vibes and old school mentalities here with this album. I mean, take the opening track, Freedom of Religion. You can tell from then on there you already know what kind of ride you're going to be in for on a musical and sonical kind of landscape. And I think there is a lot of ground to be covered here, even if some of the songs range from around 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes. I mean, of course, it's lengthy for grindcore standards, but still, these guys are keeping it old school, and I think it really, really brings a lot of great vibes and great energy going on here. The guitar riff work is really, really smooth. I just love the way that it's played. It's very chaotic. It's very frenzied. It's not too showboatish, but yet the riff work that's being brought forth here is really, really awesome. If I'm not mistaken, they brought Leon Del Muerte, whom you may best know from bands such as Murder Construct, Impaled, and formerly of bands such as Destroyed in Seconds and Intronaut. His talents have been brought forth to this album, and I think they really, really sound good. Just the interplay, the riff work, the soloing, it really, really sounds awesome. And once again, mentioning the old school vibes and factors of this band's past, it's definitely brought forth here with this new album. When it comes to the bass guitar, I'm really, really digging the bass tone here. It is very clear, very loud, and very thunderous, I should say. There are moments where you can definitely hear the bass guitar vibe just go straight ahead. I mean, songs like World Left in Confinement, Cries of Pain, you get some really good bass tones going on here, and I'm really digging the way that this bass guitar is being approached here on this album. It's definitely a great sounding bass guitar performance. Moving on to the drums, I just love this drummer's style. It feels so authentic, so natural. I mean, you're going to get a lot of great fills, a lot of blast beats. The snare sounds great. It definitely has that nice punch and kick. I love that. The drum fills, the rolls, the cymbals. It's all done very, very respectfully. Once again, mentioning the old school style. That's the kind of approach you pick up when you listen to the drum performance here on Condemned to the System. It doesn't feel sluggish or anything at all. I definitely enjoy this drumming style. And of course, we get to the vocals. Very rough, very hoarse, very well worded. I just love Oscar's vocal style. It's very, very awesome here, and he definitely brings forth his classic vocal style here. Really, really good vocal performance. Tracks like, once again, going back to the opening track, Freedom of Religion, Cries of Pain, Corporation Pull In, And We Suffer. Just some really, really good tracks. And if I'm not mistaken, some of these songs have been... a lot of these songs are brand new, but some songs in particular are pretty much never heard before. I want to say that some of these songs have never been heard before. I can't remember off the top of my head which songs in particular, but I think it's towards some of the closing moments of this album. You get some tracks that really have that classic Nausea vibe. And of course, this is not to be mistaken with the punk band of the same name, because of course there's a Nausea punk band, but this is a grinding, crusty kind of band. And I think with this album, they really, really keep that grinding edge intact. So overall, this is a very familiar sounding project, but yet, if you're a fan of this style of old school death metal and grindcore, Nausea definitely brings something great to the table here. I think this is a very awesome release, and it's very good to see these guys back up and running again and bringing forth a brand new album. This was well worth the 2-decade-long wait. If I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Freedom of Religion, World Left in Confinement, Cries of Pain, Falsely Accused. I believe that song is one of the old school tracks from Phobia's long storied career. And the closing track, Absence of War. Just some really, really top quality songwriting and just great vocal deliveries going forward there. I'm going to leave you a link in the description boxes to the Willowtip Records Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you feel it's worthy of being deemed to be purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, or you can buy it physically through the Willowtip store. I believe it is only $9 right now, or you can purchase it wherever Willowtip CDs are sold. So, again, the album is Condemned to the System by Nausea. This is released on Willowtip Records. Definitely support this band, and I'm going to give this a very solid 8.5 out of 10. Really, really top-notch, old-school grind release. Nausea are back, and they get the job done here. So I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Army Ho out.